Hello, everyone. This is Mahlena Ray Johnson with For Nerdy Girls with Mahlena Ray Johnson. And today's video is Get That Friends Money, even if your friends get mad. So who am I? I am Mahlena Ray Johnson, and I went to Loyola Marymount University for film school. I went to the University of Southern California for business school, where I got my MBA in marketing, entertainment, and entrepreneurship. And over the past 10 years, I have done hundreds of informational interviews and coffee chats. I've also attended hundreds of conferences and networking events, and I've connected with thousands of people. And I've also connected scores of people. We'll go with 10 scores. We'll go with scores of people. I don't know how many people I've connected to each other. So we'll go with scores. That's fine. I've connected scores of people to each other, especially other professional creative women in business. So if you are an awkward introvert who is running your own business or wants to make a career change, and you know that you need to do this through networking, but you don't know where to start, you're in the right place. I am here to help you. So today, again, our topic, today is April 27th, 2018, and our topic is Get That Friends Money, even if your friends get mad. Mahlena explains how changing your life will change the people in your life. All right, so we have three things that we're going to go over. One is The Secret of Six-Figure Women by Barbara Stanny. Now, Barbara Huson, her third name. I have a book right here from the library. And 2, Change is Hard. And 3, What do you want to do with your life? So let's start with this book. All right, so I read this book, The Secrets of Six-Figure Women, this week. Surprising strategies to up your earnings and change your life. And I had a page put in there, and I was looking her up to figure out exactly who she is and what I should say about her. But I was trying to put in the description that she happens to be, that even though she is a white woman who had a trust fund that her husband pilfered, oh my gosh, and that she doesn't really recognize her privilege fully in the book, and she became Barbara Huson because she married her second husband, who she describes herself as a bald Republican. I'm like, oh boy. There are some good things in the book still, so it's not terrible. There's nothing like Think and Grow Rich that I talked about in an earlier video about the language usage in there that is from the early 1900s that really should be updated every time you update the book. There are some terms for Black people and Asian people in that book, and I'm like, whoa, and thoughts about women and how they deal with their husbands. It's a lot like maybe someone should take an update to that. But for this book, Barbara Stanny is still alive, and she wrote it 10, 15 years ago. A lot of things are relevant. She doesn't really recognize that having a trust fund and coming from that community really helps her become a writer who could have a trust fund, but there are other things she talks about. Anyway, the thing that I want to talk about is the chapter 11, Claiming Our Power. And this section is called Rocking the Boat. All right. Be warned, going against the grain is bound to have repercussions. Change is preceded by choice, but often followed by chaos. Claiming your power means rocking the boat, and there will be people in your life who won't want their boat rocked and will be angry at you for doing it. The reason women forfeit their power in the first place is to fit in, be liked, approved of, and accepted. Many of us have spent a lifetime saying yes when we mean no, being nice when mistreated, pretending it's no big deal when it is, anything to avoid hurting people's feelings, or worse, making them angry. You can't be powerful if you're not willing to be in conflict, says psychologist Linda L. Moore, the author of Release from Powerlessness. Women give away power to avoid discord, she added, but men also give away their power to avoid feeling. Our worry is that the conflict will disrupt the relationship, especially if it involves someone we love. Okay, so she adds, change is a threat. There's no denying it, nor can you avoid it, not if you're going to assume your rightful power. So this really reflected with me, especially today after I was getting ready to do this video, and I had an exchange in a group specifically for introverts about sexual harassment. And it was just like mind-boggling that I was like, hey, have you experienced sexual harassment before? And then someone just exploded on me and suggested that I change my mindset about sexual harassment. I'm like, wow. And I talked about it in another group, so I'm gonna see what other people have to say about that, because what I was saying is that people shouldn't come up to you all the time talking to you, especially if they don't know you. These are strangers. But what the concept, and there was a discussion I had with a gentleman, but there was also a woman saying that men always approach women and you just have to deal with it. And I was like, wow, okay, I don't know how to respond to that, other Black woman. So relating to this, when you change or when you say something that is non-traditional, it is going to rub some people the wrong way, and some of them are going to have an explosion because you dared to not only challenge them by saying, hey, have you experienced this? But you're also disrupting their whole mindset of not just how things are, but who you should be to them. Now, in this specific instance with me earlier that I didn't even know I was going to talk about, this was disruptive because I was suggesting that a woman, the woman who made the post, doesn't need to take responsibility for other people's actions, and she needs to protect her safety. You don't need to tell other people things. You don't need to come up with a way to deflect all the unwanted attention you're getting from male people. You need to figure out a way to feel safe. And I suggested that she talk with other women who are experiencing the same behavior, and that she also have a group of friends around her while she's walking on her campus, which will also deflect the situation. And that concept of it's not your fault, you should be safe, was so disruptive to both a man and a woman who were not the woman. These are two different people, not the person who wrote the post, that they got angry that I even suggested that a woman have the right to just exist in the world and not have men coming up to her all the time. Because one, that's an awful way to live. And two, men don't deal with this. They don't have men coming up to them all the time, harassing them or even saying anything to them. And the thought of this really agitated some people. This relates to you specifically with your Get Friends money, meaning Friends the show. All of them had deals on the show, and while they were on the show, they also made deals for syndicated residuals. So they are fine. I mean, they are fine financially. I don't know about the states. I don't know them, but the people who were in charge of the show, including the 6 actors and the producers of the show, all have deals that they're making millions of dollars to this day. That's what I'm talking about with Friends money. That sort of $1 million income that comes every year to you, that's the kind of money you should be making. And when you make that money, or even if you say you want to make that money, when you say that out loud, you're going to change, but also the people in your life are going to change. They are not going to be, not all of them are going to be supportive. Not all of them are going to be comfortable with that. Some of them are, and some of them are going to be like, yay, you're the best. You should get that Friends money and then show me how to do that. And some people are like, okay, let's see what happens. And then other people are going to say, who do you think you are to make that money? And then some people will just exit out of your life because they can't deal with that. They can't deal with the fact that you're changing. And oftentimes they don't know how to express that. And I started espousing this concept of when you change, other people are going to change, and that's going to be difficult, before it even happened to me. And now it has happened to me repeatedly. And it's like, wow. And it's always surprising. Even though I know it's going to happen, it's weird. And it's also weird. This is very personal. When people say I'm successful, someone did last week, and I'm like, what do you mean I'm successful? I still don't know how to make money off of this. I'm just telling people what to do, and I'm still like, where is the money? Where is my friend's money? But people see what I'm doing and see that I've written my 4th book and published it, and I'm still like, that those don't make money. They're nice though, and they see that as success. And even though I have not made friends money, I'm not close to making friends money. Well, maybe I am, but I don't know it. But right now, I don't have that friends money rolling in. Where's my residuals? I wasn't on a show from the 90s to the 2000s, so clearly. But people still see that and see me saying things to other people and think, well, she's successful, either yay or all right, or I got to get out of here. And that may happen to you just by declaring that you want to take a step in your life, whether you want to change your career or improve your career or get a promotion or get clients for your business or start an initiative to make real change in the world. That is going to disrupt the comfort in your life that you have, and that is going to change the people around you. And that change can be hard. Even saying that you want something different for your life, whether it's more money or more success or a different type of relationship with whomever you're with, that is hard to say. It is hard to do, and it's hard for the people around you to adjust. There are other examples that I could talk about, especially as a parent and a woman parent, that when I take time for myself, my spouse is fine with it. Our family, other people in my family, however, have a little harder time adjusting, because a lot of what parents and especially mothers are seen as supposed to do is, your life is now about your children, or your life is about your spouse, and you need to do whatever it takes to put your family first. Family first all the time. Forget about you. And yesterday, specifically, I said, you know what? We're going to do something different that still works for all of us, and I'm going to do my tableau, and that's going to work for me, even though it may not be the ideal situation that everyone else in the family wants to deal with. They can do something else. And it was disruptive, and it made some people upset, but I did it because my health is important to me. I like exercising. I like feeling like I could do stuff and, well, punch the air mostly and feel active, but that's important to me. And saying that I'm going to do this, and it's not really a change because I've been doing it for years, but saying that that's important to me right now is something that had some disruption, but it turned out okay and people were fine. So I want to ask you the third question: what do you want to do with your life? You can leave a comment or email me with that answer to that question at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. But this is all about, what do you want to do with your life? If you don't want friends money, that's fine. But the point of this is, if there is something huge that you want, or even something small that you want, it's going to disrupt some things. And some of it is going to make your friends mad. Even if you say, I would like to have a garden to put some rose bushes in. Some people will think, well, why do you want a garden? Or some people will say, yes, can I come and plant some roses with you? And some people will say, well, where's she going to put a garden? And then they start thinking, well, where am I going to put a garden? What am I doing with myself? And it's all about the other person and the track in their head about how they perceive the world. And a lot of it has nothing to do with you. So sometimes that means those people will disappear, or those people will get angry, or those people will say stuff. It's okay. You have to decide what you want to do with your life, because it's your life and no one else is going to live it. No one else is going to live your life for you. And if you aren't making yourself happy, or you aren't doing things to make yourself happy, no matter what you do for anybody else, you're going to eventually peter out. You're eventually going to burn out. You're eventually going to get to the end of your life and think, what was I doing with all that time? And it's okay to feel it's okay to feel your feelings about things, because there's a lot of messaging that we've gotten, especially as women who are professionals, that you're never doing the right thing, that you're never spending enough time with your family, you're not putting enough time into your job, you're not putting enough time into your side hustle, you're not putting enough time into your business. And you have to decide what it is you want, and know when you decide to make that change, it is going to be hard, but it is also going to be the change that you know you need to make for your life. So I encourage you to get that friends money. That's what I'm trying to do, become a billionaire mom, only 1 billion to go. And I know that sometimes your friends may get mad. It may be time to change those people or those family members in your life. It will change the people in your life, and it will also change you, but you're the one living your life, so you have to decide what you're going to do. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them in the comment section or email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. And if you know that you need to make a change, and that change is through networking because you need to meet people to make money, then email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com, and we will set up your networking strategy session. So initially I said it was going to be 30 minutes. It's probably going to be an hour long, because I do a lot of listening and a lot of writing and help you make a lot of plans. So if you know that you want to make that change with your life, and you need a networking strategy session with me where we figure out what to do and get you started on networking immediately, then email me at fornerdygirls@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.